Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Whether or not you remember it, way back in another video, I moved this around and I said I would give you a look at this 1984 Goldwing GL1200 Carbs setup. Now, I decided not to rebuild it. I'm just going to sell it as is. So if you're looking for something like this, let me know. You can find me on Facebook or send me a message on Instagram. But anyway, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we're dealing with here. The carbs are upside down because I have the float bowls. The screws are all out of the float bowls. But I'm just going to give you a quick look at what we're dealing with here. On the bottom is mounted the secondary air supply system. This is for emissions. What it does is it pulls fresh air in from the atmosphere to mix with the exhaust gases in the exhaust to burn cleaner. Does it work? I don't know. In the 80s, Honda, well, everyone was trying to really help out the government and work on emission systems. That's what all this is. I've heard of people taking this stuff off and plugging the holes and everything, and their bikes run fine. So that is something you can do, but it's being sold with this system complete. Okay, so next, here is this is where your throttle comes in. You have your push and your pull, and then when you pull it, that has to work on both ends on these long levers or rods and open up your throttle plates. So you can see there it is actually working very well, and you can look in here at your throttle plates. Now, I was told this bike ran. I kind of doubt it, but when I got it, I mean, it's okay. It's relatively clean in there. This actually caught water, it looks like, but you can look at the other side. There you go. So those are your throttle plates in there, and your air's going through here. Actually, it's coming from the air box, which is in the center, so everything's coming out this way. So that is your throttle. Next, here's your gas line. That comes in, feeds right into the carbs on this side, and then the gas runs through a tube in between each carb. So that's your fuel supply right there on either side right here. So you don't want those leaking. There's little seals on the end of those tubes. So if you're leaking there, you need to pull the carbs off of this box, off of the air box, which I'm not going to do, but you're going to have to replace those tubes. And there should be, I don't know. Let's see, we're leaking some yucky stuff out there. Not too bad though. Here is where your choke comes in. Your choke cable sits in here. There's a clamp holding that on. It goes into this here, and then if you pull your choke, that's going to pull this out, and that's going to work this rod right down the center on both sides out to open up your choke on either end. And then I'm stuck my wire here. If you are syncing these carburetors, you're obviously going to be, I mean, this is going to be the same on every one. You're going to have a screw in the middle somewhere, and you're going to have to sync. I don't know which one's first carb, which one's master carb, but you're going to have to sync these two to each other using this screw. And then I guess I could figure out which one's master. There should be an idle adjustment screw on the master, and I'm not seeing it at the moment. If you have one of these, you probably know what I'm talking about. In here you can see there's an air tube in here. I would assume there's one over there. Well, there's going to be one over there, but that's going to need to have an air line on it. But anyway, let's see here. Okay, so I pulled the screws out of this. You're going to pull your float bowl off here. This is where gas fills up. You definitely need to clean that out. Make sure your drain is clear. But this gasket would need replaced. That's pretty cruddy. And then in here is your float bowl. You're going to want to screw out. This is removed and this is removed. This is your primary and your disgusting your main and your idle jets. So they get screwed out. Be very careful. They're soft metal. And then you gotta just take everything out that you can. This is your float. As gas fills up in here, it's going to be about where it's sitting now, but as it gets drained out and used, this is going to rise, or this is going to drop, and there's a little plunger in here that allows gas to fill it back up. That's the basic way that this works. We're not going to pull the top off because that's basically just a spring and a gasket in there, and the diaphragm in there that's going to lift your needles. Well, yeah, we're not going to do that right now. But this right here is the basic setup of the 1984 GL1200 Goldwing. So like I said, this is all your air system. This is where your gas and air are mixed. Well, this is where your gas comes in, and then it's pulled up in there. Your gas and air mixed and goes out to the engine. So if you're looking for these parts, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, Normal Guy Getting By, or make a comment on this video, and we'll get them shipped out to you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.